Hello and welcome to another Lonely Combox with myself, Matteo, also known as Matty. Back here for Season 19 Imola, or the Emilia-Romagna, where we are here, Grand Prix. Here for Tier 3. So we've had Tier 1, we've had Tier 2, and now we've got Tier 3. Got a good number of drivers, we've got 17 in for tonight. So the TV goes wide on a set of mediums. Not what you want to be doing so much, but I am hoping for a good race. Tier 1 was alright to watch. Tier 2, obviously I race there. I got P2 yesterday, but attendance was a bit low and we wanted to, but the race itself, for what numbers we did have, was actually alright. And but should be hopefully all good. Just curious from Maldi, because I've given him my setup, so what he does with it. But right now we've got Viper with a 15.4. I'm just got all this stuff up. He's on 2 laps on those softs. Pete with a 15.5 so far, and Billon's with 15.5, and I'm fresh on the mediums, quite far down. But like I said, it is on the mediums, but I mean, it's not 1.5 seconds slow. It should be about a second slower. So not exactly a great lap on the mediums, regardless of being on the medium or not. Got quite a few cars starting on laps. Maldi's on no practice so far, so watch out for him. Blue Line's on a lap. He's come out of what I like to call tosser, not tosser. I got my I call it tosser because of my inspiration of James May. And got just a right hander. I don't know what the names are called. But the brand managed to know what some of the names are called, and that's why by Blue Lines, so it's wide. So easy to do. Happy Devils struggling to toss it, toast it, take back out, and next one I see is Maldi. Done that nicely. Based on no practice, but he's done that pretty nicely. That was alright. Coming down to the chicane. Pretty sure his name's correct, but I have no clue. To give Maldi a bit of tips for practice. So just get him an eye. So when you've got no practice, if you don't have a clue what lines are taking, it's such a pain to try and get it right. It's coming in the last corner, bit of a shocking second last corner. Coming through the line, it's a 17-3. So not a great start. It seemed like he did lose a lot of time in that first sector. I think he's going to go for another lap here. I think he's turning the DRS off. So no surprises there. And that's Katie, I think that's Viper off the track there. So that's him out of his lap. No, I don't think it was actually. I was asking mine, sorry. I thought Viper and Maldi had validated. Yeah, that's Saints off the track. F1 next guys, struggling a little bit around here right now. Where's Tricky out? Never doing any laps. He never sets any laps at all, he does. Never seen him come out of track on the qualifying. Has been hoping to get a lap on the board. We know he is podium quality around here in Tier 3. We've got yellow flags, and that's now for Tower letting an Aston Martin through. Coming down, sweeping towards the last two corners. Curb nicely. Pitch those spaghetti curbs, a little bit compromised on the apex. This is car, I think he can lift off the power a little bit. Towards the line, and it's P4, so it's a solid lap. I'm expecting 14. I'm expecting some 14s. Tier 1, we were into the third. I think we were just off 13s, if not a 13.9. I think it was. I can't remember. It was Tier 1. Tier 2 was what I think it was a 14.1. So I was expecting Tier 3 to be a high 14 at least, but I can't see much. And that's Maldi going backwards with no front wing. And turns the car around, so it's not exactly great. Losing at turn 3, which is not unexpected. You know, it's quite an easy place to lose it. The baguette curbs, luckily his teammate's not on that. So you've got to watch out for the Alpha Tauri behind him. Oh, and that's not good. Maldi's got no front wing and he can't avoid that. That's KTM Viper's lap down and under with. Oh, and then Saint comes past. Jesus. I don't know what happened there. I can't see it from on board view of Melody, but we all know the lap's been compromised, regardless. So yeah, so both their laps drained. Melody was front wing, but I don't think Melody could have done much for us with that front wing. He could have done better, but I don't think he could have done much more. Because you can't expect him to stay on the gravel. Well, maybe say he could have done a bit better to read the movements, which shouldn't really happen to do anyway if being qualified. The person should be getting out of the way, but at the end of the day, that's how it is for now. Boulange on a lap. Teammate flies behind Placky. I'm not going to attempt to say the first bit of that first half of that. I'm just going to call him Haliki. Alice? What? I don't actually have a clue how to call him. I'm Pilaki. I think that's how we're Pilaki. And his teammate cuts to Sean now. As long as he doesn't gain time from it, should be right. Yeah, it's just letting people through. That's fair enough. And then my hybrid's also on the lap as well, but Boulange has backed out on his lap. Pilaki. I don't know. I don't know what the name is. I need to write it up as well, but I think it's going to another lap. You can't tell what the name actually is until they tell you what it is. Obviously, I'm being told what it's going to tell you is how it's supposed to be said. Oh, and he's compromised himself at turn 2, overshot at turn 1, didn't open up turn 2. Going down towards turn 4. Taking a very tight line to that corner. Yeah, he's ran wide. You have to open up that right hander more if you want to make it. It's just an easy corner to run wide. It's a lot slower than you think it is. And invalidated at the hairpin toss up, which is not someone you want to be invalidating, to be honest. It's all the last place you want to do it. You don't get any time from it. In fact, you do cycle going wide, to be honest, because you're still turning and you're delaying when you can put the power down. Everyone's gone for the middle lap here. 3 laps old those tyres are now. Oh, that's only 1 lap old, okay. So I did its best to make sure what tyres that's going to start on. So we're currently on. Artem didn't look like he did that very well. It seemed like it looked like on the offboard he missed apex. And there's a couple of inputs of the wheel to get the corner in. Get it back out halfway through the turning to make sure you didn't turn in too early. It's just fast left hand, that's so easy just go wide, trying to carry too much speed. Seems like he got very compromised with apex there. And he's missed the apex there as well. It's losing a lot of time by missing these apexes and not using all the track. Oh yeah, flags, I think that's now. Yeah, I think might be Maldi. Then through. No, it's fresh, sorry. Getting out of the way. About out of Artem's way. Artem hanging good nicely, do not run wide. Can get invalidated there, and there as well. Easy on the power, don't want to push too hard. I crashed there in qualifying yesterday myself. So easy to put too much power, and then it gets to 25. So still, people struggling to get into those, really get into any sort of close of low 15s. And able to get near 14s. So I expected a bit more, expected a little bit of lap time, to be honest. That tier 2 was mostly 14s, and same with tier 1. Tier 1's mostly low 14s, and tier 2 is mostly low to mid 14s and high 14s. So I was expecting tier 1 to be, tier 3 to be doing sort of low sort of 15s, high 14s. So what a Melody. Great corners, to be honest. Again, compromising exit. He's 6 tenths up. I can wide up toss up, but you can try and get that time back, get a good exit. Mazepin goes with a 15.3. Trying to double right hander. Difficult to do sometimes. Yeah, but starting with apex, you don't carry too little speed through the exit, makes your traction a lot more difficult. Well, he does that very nicely though. Told him to do that and he's done it well. Coming down towards the last bit of the sector. It's very easy to mess these up sometimes. Not using any chef inside there. Don't want to use any there though, because I forget codes are there. Taking the shortest line possible. Open DRS deployment in use. P7 at 15.6, only 0.3 off the pole. That is a very, very respectable lap. We've got Blackie is coming to the pits. He's gone wise. Wise and Williams 4. That's done 5 laps. I have no clue. Alpha Romeo flag. That's Maldi probably crashing all lane people through. Also got Mercedes ahead, and that's definitely not the right line. These are validated. So watch out for the half behind the massive door. No, it's not massive door. It's Buffalo. It's an outlap. Doors invalidated. Interesting qualifying so far. 15.4 for Viper right now. He's validated his lap. It's more on the flag. So that's just keep letting people through. Fresh into the pits. See, that's the lap. Hybrid coming through. He missed the apex there, and he's a very compromised turning as well, so he's going to lose a lot of time there. Really pushing through there, and he's gone wide. I could tell that he's kind of a bit too much speed into there, because his tail was just kind of a bit too much speed and validated. You need to keep the speed up through there, but you don't want to be carrying too much speed, otherwise you will run wide, and you can lose the rear end as well. But you seriously need to keep the speed up enough, because if you the lower the speeds you are, the harder it is to get up that hill with traction, because the lower your speed you're going, the harder it is to get the power. And it's uphill, which makes it twice the worse to do that. How much time is left? I keep having the sector thing pop up and I can't see. 30 seconds to go. That looks like whatever people are on now, this is the last lap stop we will see. Everyone else in the pits is not going to come out again. It's qualifying over for the ones in the pit lane. I think that would be... No, it's just start his lap. Dem's going to make sure he gets the line quickly enough. He's got 10 seconds to get to the line. He might just make it. Dem should be fine. We've got 3 or 4 seconds to go. Littleman across the line. We've got 1 second to go to do his last qualifying lap yesterday. That was also close. Timing and everything. He's gone wide at turn 1. That's not exactly a great start for him. He's back in Aston Martin, going very slow. Some people getting blocked. Cycle, Blue Lounge is invalidated. I need to. Oh, they're overtaking here. What's going on here? Not overtaken, I'm sure. Maybe they're both back to the laps. Blue Lounge in the pits. Invalidated. Trying to get information that hash. Matador. And pulled out of his lap. So I think that might be qualifying now. Seems like it. Viper's invalidated. Pete's invalidated. Artem, he's a 10th up. He's got another just over 10th to find. He's 2.5 tenths up. He is currently on for pole position. No! He's messed up the chicane! That was a horrible chicane. He had a lot of rear end there. And he's now got to find that time back for his last 2 corners. He's got to make sure he's nice and good now to try and gain that time back up, messing in that chicane. And he does! And he only gets second! He lost 700th of a second, and that was enough to cost him pole position. That one mistake at the chicane cost him pole position. But in the game, a bit weird being in the front row because you're literally starting in the middle of a kink. So as soon as you let go, of the clutch, as soon as you set off, you have to turn. And obviously turning and putting the power down does not go very well because naturally, I'm putting lateral force alongside with longitudinal force, and obviously that just doesn't help with traction. You want to be getting good traction by going straight, but when you've got a kink, you've got to turn. So it might be difficult for those people that start in the front. But here is your results, and it's a Russia 1-2-3 again. It was a Russia 1-2-3 in the race yesterday, in the results for the podium, and it's a 1-2-3 again. We've got Mazepin in first in the Ferrari, and then we've got R10 behind him in second and Fresh in third. Then we've got KTM Viper in 4th, only just over 10th separates those guys. Pete in P5, Blue Lions in P6, only 3/10 split the top 7, and there's a massive gap to Palaki, 1.5 seconds behind, and then we got Hybrid in 8th, Buffalo in 10th, Latifi in 11th, Alpha, Matador, Papa Devils, Saint, Periodol, and Chikalk, who never seems to do a lap in qualifying for some reason. I don't know why, but he just never seems to come out the pits in qualifying. God knows what he does. So wait for the drivers to quickly check this message that was received. Yeah. Okay. Starting in a few seconds for the formation up. Waiting for everyone to sort out the race strategies and their fuel and weather changes they want to do to their setup, what they can change. See what I mean? First place, second place starts on the king. It's even worse for first because you've got the grass right on the left hand side as you start. But at least in second place, you move over to the right so you have a lot more room to go straight before having to turn. I think P3 is probably worse to start than P2 due to the nature of that corner. See what tyres everyone's gone to. Mediums for Latifi and Alpha, and as the McLaren goes off, that's hybrid. So Latifi and Alpha are going for my mediums. I'm presuming to try and do the mediums to soft strategy. No rain is forecasted. Information hold. I wonder the soft runners. The graph tells you it's a one stop from soft to hards, but soft to mediums is more than easy, to be honest. You can do about 15 laps on a set of softs, and that's pretty much half a race distance. So it's quite an easy one stop, even though the graph can't tell you. Tyre wear. What's going on here? It's 3 wide right now, and that's a collision. I think they might be disqualified there. Oh, might got away with that, actually. I thought there was contact there. He's off the track again. So I mean, it's asking for 2 stops and a soft to hard, so it doesn't say you can do soft to mediums. But it's more definitely than possible. Obviously, a little bit more difficult when you're starting on the worn set of softs. But that's naturally going to be the case. But they can still do good 11 laps on those tyres anyway. Anyway, we have come here to watch the start of the race. Let's get the track position changes, that's it. And we suddenly burst a load of viewers just before the start of the race, so great timing to come and join. 17 cars going down towards turn 1 in Imola. We've seen a few collisions here. We saw Kaki and Dan Souza have a massive crash here just before turn 1 as the track sweeps to the left before turn 1. Can catch people out because it's not straight into turn 1. And tier 1 was actually relatively clean. I think we had 1 car spun, and apart from that, it was there. It's pretty clean. So I'm hoping for a good start again. But let's see if the rest of the cars group up into their good starts. And here we go. Gonna wait for those lights to come off now. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out, and away we go. And it's a good start for the Ferrari. And I think Fresh had a good start as well. He's already got Fresh already. And we've got the track places already. Got Saints already gained 4 places. We've got a few collisions, it sounds like, as the cars queue up for turn 1. And as they train round, it's difficult to see. Looks like most people, it's a clean start, everyone. It is an absolutely immaculate start. I've seen no debris, no contact, but there's somebody on the gravel. I think somebody's running wide. very easy to do with heavy fuel on lap 1. Not only quite a difficult corner is turn 5, as they all filter up the hill out of Tusser. Fresh has gained a position on Mazepin as well, so it's been a great start by Fresh. Artem has lost 2 places. I just saw Mazepin go wide. You don't want to be doing that. Talk about going wide. Artem has the track. Artem had a shock of a start in terms of how he's got from where he started and how much time he's lost and what mistakes he's done. It's not very good. And now he's managed to regain his 7th place in hybrid. So let's start there. Now we're gonna change the tyre location to see what tyres are on. Alpha's had also had a terrible start, I believe. Yeah, he's lost 5 places in the gravel. So many places. Oh! There's a collision with Maldi! And it's hybrid! And Maldi's been spun round. And it looks like Maldi might have just got away with damage there, I'm not sure. But that's a terrible incident there. Maldi, I believe, was ahead, I don't know. But they've had a collision and they've tangled. Looks like they got away with damage, but Maldi's now dropped back all the way down to P16, and Alpha's actually lost his front wing. And Maldi's going to gain all his places back up now. Oh, the Red Bull's gone! The Red Bull's spun! Oh, there's a massive crash! And Maldi is somehow survived that, and it's a virtual safety car. How is that not a full safety? And Alpaki's out as well, and there is now a full safety car. Oh my, what did I just witness? And there's a 5-second penalty for. I saw a 5-second penalty, and there's now a full-course safety car, and that was massive. It's all tricked out. He's come here with no practice in the qualifying, and he's come out, spun at turn 3, like really weirdly, and then come back on the track dangerously as he spun. I don't know how the hell did Maldi survive that. I'm absolutely baffled. He completely T-boned him, but. At least Maldi, he gets to pit for fresh set of tyres. He can change that front wing down. So like, it's not going to be 45 seconds behind. Comes to the restart. Well, I'm saying that's a full, so he's got front wing damage as well, and he's run wide. He's going to lose places, even though it's a safety car. He will lose places. He's going to lose time himself. Yeah, so that was bad. And how the hell did Maldi survive that? Freakout's out. I'm not surprised at that. But why did Maldi survive that? Because Maldi is the one that went into him, effectively. I don't know why Papadella's got his overtake on when it's a safety car. He did not know how to use that overtake button. I think he just leaves it on. I wonder why he always leaves the rear end, to be honest. He's using that overtake constantly. Yeah, there's lots of cars in the pits now. Maldi's on certain mediums, which I believe is probably the better call. Hards can make it to the ends, but they're just... Those hards are not a very good race tyre. Just don't click around here. Just don't work very well. Even though it's closer, the hards are closer to the mediums than the mediums are to the softs. The hards just don't work around here. They really struggle to get the temperature up, and they don't have much grip on them. Mediums always seem to be a better choice, so I think Maldi probably took the better choice there, to be honest. They go mediums and go back on a set of softs at the end, and those softs will be absolute fire at the end of those race, and he will have no trouble blasting past hard runners on the set of softs. So, we'll see. We don't know. It could be another safety, it could be more safety cars. So that might take place. Another reason not to be on the hards. But yeah, that was still baffled how Maldi survived that. He managed to keep out the barriers as well. He had 2 collisions within about half a minute. So the first collision with the hybrids with Maldi will put him in that position to have that crash risk Trickout at the end, and Trickout would have probably survived if Maldi wasn't there. But we can never guarantee that. We can never fully do what actually just happened and how it would have figured out if other things didn't happen. It seems to pit in now, and one else is going to the pits. McLaren is staying out as he's within his pits of hybrid. But yeah, it's interesting. But unsurprisingly, no one has come into the pits who have not had damage. Stay point wasting track position around here. And obviously, mediums can't make it that far. You don't want to be stuck on those hards either. So it's not like a track like Silverstone where you can do literally most of the race on the same mediums. track, so you can't afford to do that. But it will help their tyres just last a bit longer, stretch them a bit more to get to the track. Papadevil's got a 5-second time penalty for severe collision with Boulange, and Boulange's got one as well, so that's not good. Mazepin. He's Guinea was the first in the last place. Oh, come on, take a curse. Then you made him spin out. Sorry to do that. When you're doing that corner and you're not under racing conditions, it's so weird. Oh, and the hash is gone. The hash has just spun. That's Whiskey Buffalo. He's just spun it. The Matador's round as well. What's going on there? What is going on here? And there's a 5-second time penalty. There must be some collision. There's debris. And what has happened? That's a bad. I don't get that one. I've got to catch up to the grid, but there's definitely been damage. And Matador's the one that's came out the worst out of it. But I think Whiskey Buffalo's got damage out of that. And he will have to pit again. So everyone else gains a few places in the end. They all launch off to get back to the lead. As they have gone. Flash just gunned it. He's already got a 17th gap on Mazepin. Trying to stay ahead of R10. Sorry, of Viper. We have now for Tower 3-4. Ooh, when they end it close there, I don't like that. I get uncomfortable, I do. And Buffalo and Boulange are both in the pits. I believe Boulange must have hit the back or Papa Devils. Oh, and the Ferrari's in the mouse! And Pirilol's out! Pirilol, that's not the first time I've seen him crash there. Maldi's almost had to go off the track to avoid that. Survived it. And Maldi's actually lost the position to Papa Devils, I believe. I thought like, oh! And Papa Devils just broke early and Maldi's got damaged. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Maldi either outbreak himself or Papa Devils break early. And I got damaged and Artem's struggling so much. He's having so many twitches. It's really not helping him right now. Side by side, repeat now. Artem's cut him off and keeping that P4, but he's already a TRS behind Vipers now. It's not been a good restart for Artem. He's been struggling since lap 1. He's not comfortable in this race trim. As Fresh leads the way, it's Mazepin's close that gap back up now. He's right behind Fresh. Now he gets his pace being in the pit lane for this because this lane change. So it's going from bad to worse now for the chairman of STB, and that's very understeered by Mazepin there. Missing the apex, managed to get the car round safely, and Maldi has retired, unfortunately, from the race. He has given up. What was the thing about Maldi always saying? Never to retire and keep on going, even though you're going to be about 2 minutes behind. But then again, I think Maldi's been not been very farewell. He's a bad back, been a bit ill as well, and it's not been helped. I don't think he has the patience to keep racing, to be honest. And Maldi has left session, so yeah, Maldi has the sort. No point going through all that pain to trundle around in the back of the grid. So down to 1 Alpine, unfortunately. As we continue going, we've got Mazepin ERS, I believe, is enabled. Or the next lap? There you go. No, it's this lap now. Obviously, we have to wait and the whole lap because obviously there's no dry zone around here. And managed to get himself back into some sort of gear. He's not absolutely losing it everywhere. Hybrid's cutting corners left, right, centre. He's struggling those hards. Alpha and those softs are a lot quicker. Those hards not very nice, and those softs are going to be so much gripping. Look how much speed you can take in. Unbelievable how much grip those softs have got compared to the hards. Especially when you're on track right here, which is very much a lot of grip around here. Surprisingly, not many penalties. We had more penalties in Tier 2 at this point. Then again, we didn't have a penalty. Well, that's why by Latifi Don't be doing that too many often. Would have lost him a little bit of time and maybe going with one in the process, and that's definitely not the right line to take for Hybrid. Struggling on those hards. I'm not sure now DRS is enabled, so I'm not sure why Hybrid's not using his DRS. No, was it? I think the team must have made a mistake or something, because Hybrid's already within 1 second, it's not the DRS. And now he's under fire by Alpha. Alpha's going up the inside. There's going to be a collision here, and he's got away with it. There were a bit of contact, but they've got away with it, and Hybrid lost touch of Latifi now. And never mind, Latifi made a mistake. Never mind. Lost a couple of tenths there. So that's 8 tenths Hybrid did because of that. And he gets a penalty. And that could be crucial. It could be crucial in this race. If Flash and Miper can get away with any sort of penalty, that's putting Mazepin in the back foot now. He's got to hope they get penalties as well. Artem gets a penalty as I say that. And Blue Lines is retired at the exit turn 3. Is there going to be a safety car? Safety car, and there is. There is a safety car. And this is why Melody shouldn't retired. This is probably, surely they're going to pit now. It's a free pit stop. You shouldn't lose it. Mediums can go to the end here. It's a bit of a squeeze, but I think mediums could go to the end. And set hards, set hards. Still going to set hards. I think mediums would be the better tyre to go on, but they're all going hards here. Set hards, set hards. Everyone's going to set hards. Set softs for the Latifi, they're definitely not going to the end. They have to double stack as well. Set of mediums for Alpha. So I believe Alpha's going to make the right call there. I believe. And so has... No, this is not serious. It's going to set a softs. I mean, I know the hard's not very nice, but I don't think they're that bad to go on to 2 sets of softs in the race. Again, it's upset. What's Buffalo doing? He's slowing down for his teammates. What's that all about? Bit confused now. He's not sure why Russia Buffalo slowed down on purpose. Let his teammates through. I have no clue why. Which will continue to baffle me until the day is dawn. I believe Haber and Sant can get this hard to the end. The hards can probably do about 25 laps. And they're only doing 5 laps. 4 or 5 laps under a safety car. That's how it should be good to the end, I think. But they're going to be so slow compared to people like, well, saying that they're all on the same tyres now. But people that are currently on the softs or the mediums, for Alpha, use those softs, mediums to advantage, but I'm not sure he's got the pace to do so. TP's got to pit again, no doubt about it, and the same Matador, they both have to pit again. They're not doing 22 laps instead of softs. Like, even the mediums struggle at that. Hence why everyone's on the hard. Often actually Daff has told him that. Oh, and Artem's off. That's not good, and he's lost 2 positions and he can't regain them. Can't do what Shapiro did. As soon as you lose those positions and you spin under the safety car, you can't just gain them back. You have to stick to what position you when you turn back to the track. You effectively become your own little yellow flag, and people can pass you even though you're under the safety car conditions because you are effectively part of that incident. I don't know why Richie Buffalo. 20 seconds behind. I'm not sure if he's doing this on purpose, so he can stretch his car out a little bit more. Purposely, so the safety car doesn't come in. I think he's done a pit for setting mediums. Make sure his tyres are a couple laps fresh, I think. I think that's what he's doing. Don't forget, Richie Buffalo. He's actually a wheel user. He's used the pads. Only for his last few races, he's been using the pad. And as for him, he's not doing too bad on the pad. Or doing 2 races on the pad. If I was on the pads, I wouldn't even be as quick as these guys. They mind trying to match him. What is he doing? I thought he was just stretching it out and so he can pit again. If I was him, I'd just pit on the same mediums as well. He's not getting those ones at the end. Pirate and Saint both on 6 laps older than hard, so we'll struggle a bit more towards the end of the race. But it shouldn't be too bad for now. I'm actually going to say, if he wants to make those softs work, he has to pass all these guys, pull away, make a gap, hit again, and hopefully he can catch him back up towards the end of the race. But I don't know. I would have just pit onto mediums. I would have anyway. And Matador's lost position to have a devil. What's going on here? Matador had a spin somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. I think what happened is Papa Devil's had a spin. Matador's obviously let him back through, but obviously then Papa Devil gets an illegal overtake. I think that's what's happened here. So NMR Hybrid will lead the train from the effective safety car. Coming towards it, keeping it at quite a quick speed at 80 miles an hour. Doesn't want to be too slow. Those hards are, you don't want to go too slow on those hards because they will struggle on heat. Speed up. And now he's gunned it. He's gone. Pressure's reacted. Well, Latifi's got a 1,000 penalty for severe collision. And there's now Latifi's actually the one that suffered from it. And he's in the pits. Maybe he's got damage. Got some battles. R10 back up to B7 after the mistake under the safety car. Alpha's got a 15 time penalty. It's the old crane now. We've got Fresh has gained the lead, and now Mazepin is now going around the outside. Those Fresh hards are just clicking and just a little bit better than those warm meat softs. As Devils is off at turn number 5. That's his pretty much race. Well, his race is always pretty much race over by the start of the race anyway. But Hybrid struggling on those hard, more worn hards. It shouldn't be that bad, to be honest. The hards should be very robust, but even only 6 lap old younger tyres is massive for these hards to look like it. These hards are very disappointing tyres to use, just not very enjoyable. So I'd rather be on the mediums and just try and stretch them out, but you have better pace for most of them. Besides, no, not quite. So, what about, but don't forget Saints on the more worn tyres. I'm looking at it now, yeah. Saints on 8 lap old hard, so he's in that more worn category of hard winners. Ibis, I lost 3rd place, I've keeping Viper. He's got nothing to ask for. It's just dropping like a stone. Oh, never mind, Viper's gone. He spun it completely by himself, and he's in the barriers. And he's reset the track. I don't think you're allowed to do that, if I'm mistaken. And he's got no front wing, and that's his race over. Because he will fall to the back of the grid, back where Latifi is. More yellow flags. That's now Sant is off. He's hit the barriers, and he's just taking a couple of polystyrene balls out. As he needs to need his teammate by doing so, but not great there. It's not been a good start for the Spanish drivers. You see Buffalo doing well on the pad for being normally a wheel user. Usually goes through his time penalty. It's always end up being 3 Russians at the front. The only problem is it's not currently a Russian 1, 2, 3. Obviously, Artem's not up there right now after that little couple of mistakes he made during the safety car. Need to fight back. That's Viper in the pits, changing the front wing. Cars fell through. But actually Buffalo is catching up Matador. No surprises there. It's funny that Matador's on the softs, but struggling a lot. That's why we were taking Messi Buffalo. If you get the line too often, you can get warnings to the exit of tosser there. Has Faith lead DRS been enabled now, if I'm not mistaken? Should be. Been a good 3 laps done. Right, behind Hybrid now. Pete will get DRS. DRS, everything. Oh, I don't think Hybrid got much chance for DRS. It's just too powerful down here. Especially when everyone runs a bit high downforce around here. It's not going to make it easy. It is side by side. And there's contact! I was worried it was going to happen. It's such... I've seen that so many times. In Tier 1 and a couple of times in Tier 2 as well on racing. The one who goes on the outside cuts off the person on the inside and spins the person on the inside round. I don't do that. And that puts Hybrid all the way down in P6. He hasn't lost that much time, to be honest. He's lost about 7-8 seconds. See what I'm seeing gets the delta, but it's not like he's lost too much time. But now he's on the worn hard now. He's got another penalty for it. It's a little bit frustrating now. So he's sure to catch up now with those worn tyres. He's lost 8.3 seconds. He's lost total. That's my flight. I did see him making a few missy corner cuts, and he's finally got that punishment for it. He's not the quickest driver in the world, but he certainly knows how to keep it inside the track. Like, I mean, not even a Tier 1's can do that. So, can't complain. Tier 1s need to step up. The Tier 3s can get less penalties than you. Fresh, keeping ahead of Mazepin, but I don't believe these guys are really fighting out. I think they're just, just going at their own pace right now. Working together. Making it look like you're trying to make it a double, well, a second consecutive, should say, all top 3 podium of Russians. It was a all Russian podium last week, and Artem's looking to make that happen again. The motherland of Russia certainly dominates Tier 3 here, and there's more yellow flags. I think that's from Tiffy at the back there, making a big mistake at turn 5. That's wise by Artem. That's him from his power to winning that sort of question. The Tiffy has retired. Is there going to be a safety car? Artem's trying to make a move on Pete here, and he gets the move done way before turn 1. Pete's got nothing to ask for, but Artem has lost a lot of ERS. He's used a lot, and there's no signs of safety car, and it's being cleared relatively quickly. So we are back to a Russian full podium. Artem just needs to pull away from Pete here now, because Pete doesn't have a penalty and Artem does. So Artem's going to pull away. He can't afford to get a penalty because does, even if Pete does get a penalty, he's still going to be within that 3 seconds. So Martin needs to pull away, and do so, not getting any warnings. Oh yeah, and doing less of them as well, Artem. He's done a lot of them in this race, having these angle moments. It's not the greatest line. Pete's all over the back of him, but Pete had a poor exit himself. Artem until retrieve at ERS. And Mazepin's dropped back quite a lot, and I believe he's trying to give Artem DRS here, and there's just something about with his Russians working together. They are, and he's giving Artem DRS, and that stops any sort of Pete trying to battle through now, because he does get a DRS, sorry. You can see it from the onboard of Pete. So the Russians working together, but the problem is, this is just dragging Pete now into this battle now. That's the only issue with it. Oh! And Mazepin's gone wide! He's made a terrible, terrible mistake in the gravel. He's run wide. I don't know how he went to get that wide, but he's lost considerable time. He's off a good 3 or 4 seconds. He's got to shake off that gravel before fast left-hand corner. Looks like he's running away in that gravel, but it's not going to be very nice to drive those gravel tyres. It's fine now, but he's going to make that time back up. He's now going to. Now Artem is back under fire again now, as Mazepin's no longer there to give him DRS. Looks like Artem is left to fight this himself again, but Artem does have a gap now. And Pete's making mistakes now. It's still there, it's run wide. 8 tenths out, 9 tenths a second. But he just get the DRS. Alpha's got a penalty. Pete just closed that time back up basically before he gets another penalty. This is before his tyres are going to start to fall away in the next few laps or so. So there's Matadors as well. Matadors on 9 laps again. He's going to make the move, but he hasn't got the ERS. But he needs him to the ERS. Butler has to pull out, but no, that's how it is in route. He's going to slide around the outside. I say slide, I say scrape around the outside. Oh, Matador, he does get the move done. I believe those softs are falling away a bit more than those mediums are. Despite me being for older, sorry. But those mediums are a lot more robust compared to those softs. The Viper gets a penalty, but Viper's already back in there after his little spin in earlier. I said mediums, he's easy in now. It's going to be a lot quicker than everyone else around him. He's going to be at least, he's going to be a couple of seconds a lap faster than the hard runners now. Actually, just see the lap times to compare. I compare those mediums. So fresh on the hards, he is doing high to low high 19s, low 20s, while Viper is doing high 18s. So he's over a second a lap faster. Saying over a second lap faster, Mazepin's just set 18.3 on a set of hards. He just literally took those words of Viper, saying hey, he's got good pace, and then just shoved them back into my gob. Because on 10 old hards, it's just said 18.3. In that case, Viper needs to step up now. I'll tell you what, stepping up. I don't even know. I don't know if he's got a DRS again or something, but he's just gained almost. I say almost gained 2 seconds because he's going to lose about 10 here. He's going to so easy to spin there, but you can't carry too much speed through there. But you can't take it too slow because you've got to watch out for those rear tyres. They're going to be hot. Going into this complex of corners. It's like there's 2 corners, but Alpha's all the back of him now on more grippier mediums, but they will be a little bit more worn. Well, I've heard it worn after Mazepin spin, I'm not too sure. But Mazepin will be on the back foot now. He's got much EOS to play with either. He's using his DRS. He's not using any EOS though. Funny enough, Mazepin's got low on EOS here, and it's crawling. Alpha's gaining. He's not going to go for the move. He's trying not to go for it. Oh, he's gone wide. He's missed the turning there. And yeah, I've put him out of DRS probably now. Mathil's in the pits. Unsurprisingly, probably to go on another set of softs. I don't see why you would want to set. Yeah, set mediums. And blue sky. Beautiful camera angle. What's going on there? Papa Devil's gone off. I don't know what that was, but whatever that was with the Haas, Mathil going into the pits, completely bugged out my sound, and everything went quiet. Like the volume was like half of what it should have been. So I just had to unplug my headset, didn't work, but pausing the game and repausing it seemed to make it work. Still full of glitches this game sometimes. Yeah. Alright, that's too far behind for getting moved now. 27 seconds behind the next car. I think Mazepin's podium chances are over now. I don't see why how he's going to catch up 8 seconds in 10 laps. That's a massive call, that is. I know he's got the pace to do it, but I think they're creating a amount. If I push just decided to come back and do an 18.3 as the full load comes down now. We are 2/3 of the way through the race. This race is quite a bit longer than expected. It's been quite a long race this has. I don't know why, but it just feels like it's... Yeah, talk about going long. I think Bottom's got a bit longer with his braking zone, and it should be now. I mean, R10 does have DRS, but Pete got slipstream, but I don't think Pete's really going to bother. But that just put R10 back in the DRS zone. All fresh. Fresh might bog down a bit as well, just giving a bit of DRS and slipstream again. Pete got very, very close, but you can't make a move around here. There is no overtaking opportunities in this part of the circuit now. Not even Tosser, even though it's probably the slowest corner on the track. But even then, it's too much off camber corner to make any sort of overtake moves. Quieting down now. The only battles we've really got now is the top three. Everyone else is split by more than 3 seconds. As Mazepin's lost some time again. Talking about losing time, Pete's a mistake coming out of that double right-hander. Looks like they're coming to lap Saint. Saint on a set of softs. I think he's come out of the pits actually. He's only done a couple laps on those. But even then, I think these hard runners are catching him up. So you see every day, somebody on playing like old hards, catching somebody on the fresh S-off. Not close enough to get DRS. But R10 and they probably don't make any moves on fresh. As soon as DRS off, they're pushing to make any sort of move. Pete out of the DRS zone. Mazepin gaining some time back on Pete's mistake. Still 7.4 seconds off. He's not catching that back. Alpha's in the pits. I'm not sure why. Could have easily made those tires did, I think. Onto a set of softs to go to the end. He's got. I mean, he's lost a place, but he's got the gap to not lose any more to 8 places. He's too far behind, even though he's on the fresh softs compared to Hyber's worn, very, very worn hards. I still don't think he's going to gain 20 seconds in 8 laps. KTM Viper's is going to use Alpha as a bit of a... Well, I say that. He's fishtailing like an absolute dog racing around the car. And he's gone wide there. That's going to help him. So, top 3. Again, these guys, Russians don't fight. And his mistake at Missy Buffalo. Make a mistake at turn 5. A lot of people making mistakes at turn 5 here. Let's shake that gravel off. Pete still unable to get back in DRS. Mazepin's, well, podium hopes I think have gone out the window now. Safe to say. You think Alpha would be faster than Hybrid as their softs, but no. And that's Hybrid. That's basically Buffalo. He spun again. How is he managing that? I don't think he's been there before like that. KTM Viper's actually making a move on Alpha here. Alpha's got the fastest soft tyres, but KTM Viper has the rear slidey rear end as usual. I don't know what setup he's using, but it's definitely not suited to the race. Because it's literally something wrong with the Alpha Tower. He's having a fish tailing right now. He's both in the pits. Probably because he's using the dog set of softs now. Don't think he's enjoying those mediums very much. Very slow, getaway. Sant has pulled away from the leaders, and unsurprisingly, really, being on a fresh set of softs. Pete managed to get back in DRS of R10. R10's staying behind Fresh. I think Fresh is struggling a little bit on pace now. Hars has only done 16 laps. This is what I say. The softs can do 20 laps. So, basically 22 laps instead of softs. Mediums. That's what I say. The mediums would have been the better tyre. Meanwhile, Hybrid on the other hand is going to be a bit more of a stretch. His tyres are going to be a lot more worn now. Yeah. And also the tyres. It's another safety car. And this will play perfectly into, well, nobody's hands. You know what is a big game for? Hybrid. But I think they're all going to pit anyway. I'm surprised they've all just started onto their softs. Astor comes to the pits. Full set of softs. I believe Fresh, Martin and Pete will all do the same. Yeah, they all peel into the pits for a fresh set of softs. Yeah, both in the pits. Must be in the pits. The problem is Buffalo, the pits are a lap behind now. So, I don't know how that's going to work out for him. Hybrid's good in the pits, obviously. He's not going to continue going on 22 lap hard. KTM Viper would probably pit as well. He's not going to lose anything from it. May as well. I mean, the next car behind is 50 seconds away. Alpha side out, he's already on the fresh set of softs, so he doesn't need to pit again. He will gain a couple of places. I think he will definitely gain hybrids, but he will stay behind Mazepin. This does bring Mazepin back into it. Fresh leads the way. He's on no penalties, so he's first, unless he makes his mistake. But it's just spicy up now. He just closed everyone up because all we had was really the top three fighting. Now we've got everyone back together. Well, I'll say everyone, especially the flow a lap behind. I don't think there is a way of getting back past, to be honest. I don't think the game gives you that option for a small player. Unfortunately. Also, one bet. Will Matisson make it to the safety car in time? Pretty sure he'll be able to. So, two more laps to gain. Try and get all that time back. Should be able to. Probably won't. Down 10 cars, so everyone here is still racing and will get points. Our attempt trying to burn some of that fuel. What's more effective is when you actually hold the brakes, because you actually use more fuel that way. What if I just let Alpha through? Oh, no, not illegal. Actually, just to make that work. Oh, well, what's going on? Unless Buffalo made a mistake or something, but it's a weird place to do it. I was trying to make his way past it as well. Remember, last time, we've had this a couple of times with Matador. We've had a late safety car, Matador with their penalties. They're always calling himself back from this. Seen it multiple times, but Matador, if he's running in the back the whole race, but he hasn't got any penalties, it's been a late safety car. He's kept up with everyone, and then gains multiple places because he hasn't got any penalties. A bit of gravel. He will have another lap of the safety car. Safety car will come in at lap 29, which means we'll have 3 laps of running to the end of the race, so we will not have any DRS for the rest of the race. As when it does get onto the last lap, when DRS is enabled, well, you have about, I think, about 50 metres of DRS before the finish line happens. So I think DRS is out the window for the rest of this race. It's all going to be purely on a slipstream, and any sort of cheeky overtaking moves will happen. Like I said, I don't know what this penalty situation is saying. For all I know, Artem can have 12 seconds of penalty, for all I know, and Pete might have 1. I don't know. Alpha's just spun by himself, and he's dropped down to 8th, and that's what he want to do on the safety car. He spun again. What is he doing? I don't know how he managed to lose the rear end so many times. I mean, he could just put the power down a little bit more gently, which would be a good start. He could pit if he wanted to. If not, you know, he's going on those suede socks. Matador will catch up to the safety car. Alpha's nowhere to catch back up to it now. Most heavily destroy tyres. Safety car will probably in this lap. As I said before, safety car very rarely goes longer than 3 laps. Oh no! I think Buffalo. I think it's just making. I think it's just letting people through now. Back ahead of obviously Albert mistake. I don't know. It's a shame that Buffalo can't just overtake everyone and then try and come back on ahead, but I think that's only really a career mode thing. I think it's not really something you need to. I think you should really implement what that in Sport Player, where you got the ability to unlap yourself under the safety car. I think they could do. That'd be a nice feature there. So if you have had a really bad start, a really lucky start, and you end up finding yourself a lap behind, you can unlap yourself and at least get yourself back into a race sort of in a racing position. Alpha's trying to overtake before the safety car restart. So it's going to struggle here. He's already on 8 lap old softs, so he's going to struggle a little bit towards it. And the tyres will be fine in terms of wear. His pace will not. This Buffalo's got a penalty before even the restart happens. It's a terrible start by Pete. Mazepin's looking to get through, and it's going to go. Oh! Mazepin's got a penalty because of that. He almost got squeezed the barrier there. Mazepin's not going to let go easily. He's going to try and steal on the inside and make sure Pete doesn't do what he just did to Hybrid and cutting off and sweep around the outside. He doesn't. Pete gives off with the position as Mr. Buffalo breezes through. As he is not racing for position, he will breeze past everyone. He doesn't worry about any sort of track position. When he goes, he will not get any sort of dirty air when you're in ghost mode. Fresh continues to lead the way on R10, followed closely. Mazepin will get his P3. But I don't know what the penalty situation is saying. But Mazepin can't do a lap without spinning. And he's made another mistake, Mazepin. He's done that many times. He has made a mistake through there. Very rare to do that on light fuel, on a fresh air soft. And now, because of that penalty, he's just going to track extend to his advantage. There's no DRS, so there'll be no advantage. There's no point doing any sort of DRS trickety. Buffalo really should get out of the way. He's just distracting Pete right now. If he produces too much ERS, he will gain it back before the lap ends. Too far behind to make a move. Although he's just in the middle of that. And they see me distracting Pete. Pete's having to take different lines here. Buffalo's gaining Pete's weight. Buffalo gets past Pete. That's going to be so distracting. You know what happened to me when I was behind the ghost car? I spun. Back in Portugal. He's got back past him now. I mean how distracting it can be. You think just look through the car, but it's harder than it looks. This Buffalo takes the completely wrong line. Not even funny, this is. See, he's making mistakes now. He can't see what he's doing. Buffalo, he has to give way. The blue flag's going to start hitting him soon. He will get penalised for blue flags if he's not careful. And just get past him. But big compromise. He's off all of his ERS and he's staying everyone through now. He hasn't got any DRS left at all. And that's his millionth penalty. Mazepin's last chance to get track position ahead of Pete. If they're for the same amount of penalties, Mazepin will have to get position as yellow flags, but Buffalo, I believe, is off. Master, unfortunately, does not have the pace to keep up with all the leaders, and he will not gain anything from his penalties. He will gain P8, but I'm not sure anything else. Or yellow flags. Pete and Viper is all the back of this group now. Not just fight for P3. Viper's back in this fight now. Oh, never mind, he's got a warning and he's got a penalty and he's going to save. That's the podium. But I think this will not be a full Russian podium, but Fresh will come to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I've got nothing left to say that because, as usual, Artem will get Pete. Will get P2. Pete had one less penalty than Artem. He will lose that second place by 1/10. Mazepin had an extra penalty there. Viper had the same amount of penalties as Viper until that mistake. So Viper could have got P4 there if he got the move done. Viper tried to settle for P6, Vestal P7, Alpha P8, and Saints P9. So yeah, that's all. We'll jump to P7, not P8. So he does get a couple places of that. But if he just had a bit more pace, he could have gained so many more places. That is your race results. Just waiting for Buffalo to have their front wing and do some donuts. Well, crashing. And that is your race done for Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I can never be able to say that. Here, as this, I believe, I don't know how many wins Fresh has had now, but it's been quite a few now. But I know that is his second consecutive win. I know that for sure. It wasn't even a Russian 1-2 in the end. Still got just 2 Russians on the podium. But Artem, I think he's got himself to blame for. He made so many mistakes that race. But yeah, that is your results. All the penalties in the end, they did pretty well at the start, I'd say, with the penalties. But they all seem to trickle in at the end as soon as they start battling and tyres start going off. But Fresh will be the limit winner. He will get the fast lap in the end as well, being in track position on those softs at the end. He will win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This is in the top left, that'll help me a little bit. Pete will P2. R10 P3, Mazepin P4, KTM Viper in P5, Hybrid P6, Matador P7, Alpha P8, Sant P9, Risky Buffalo in P10 with 27 seconds of penalties. And the DNS were Papa Devils, Latifi, Boulange, Maldi, who I'm not sure why he retired, to be honest. Pirulot had a massive crash. Placky, not sure actually what happened to him, can't remember. And Tricky Out, what all happened to him. That collision with Maldi after the end. And that is your Tier 3 race done. That is Imola done for the season. So, you might have said before in the previous streams this week, Britain will still be back to Silverstone for Tier 1 at the usual time, and then Tier 2 and Tier 3 will go to talk about Russians. It'll be going to the Russian Grand Prix, so it'll be our race they'll be looking forward to, the Russians here in Tier 3. We will come back to you next week as usual. Thank you and goodbye.